Hey guys, DaVinci Resolve has a new update, DaVinci Resolve version 20.1, and we also got this now for the iPad. There will be a dedicated video where I go through all of the new features that you can find here in this update list. By the way, there is even a new update. We have now 20.1001, so a minor fix that they have. In this video today, I will take a look at the most important feature that we got, the photo page. And how can we open this in DaVinci Resolve for the iPad? Officially, still, we only have media page, edit page, and the color page. These are the three officially launched pages. But if you follow my channel a little bit longer, then you know that DaVinci Resolve for the iPad is the exact same software that we have for the desktop as well. Some of the features are maybe limited, but most of the software actually works. So, and if you see here on the bottom, I have all of the other pages in, and we are here already in the photo page. So how do you get the photo page? You have to give it a shortcut. And to do this, you can come up here to your menu, DaVinci Resolve, keyboard customization, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Option Command and K. And then you come here to the keyboard customization, and then you look here for page. If you scroll all the way down, you will find here on the workspace, you find here show pages. And so basically, if you already used that before, what I just did is I just rebound all of my keys here to, for example, I still have the M1 iPad Pro with the old Magic keyboard, so I don't have the function keys. So what I did is I used my control key and then the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just in the same arrangement like they're coming here on the bottom. So media page is the first, that's why it's number 1. Now the photo page, I put this now on number 2. Then you have the cut page on 3, the edit page on 4, and 5, 6, 7, and so on and so on. You can use whatever keyboard shortcut you want to use. That's up to you. So basically what you do is when you see this field here, let's say for example here the photo page on 2, if this one is empty, you can just simply click on this, then hit the keyboard shortcut. This is in my case now a control on 2, and then I say save. And if up to another page, if it's not visible and now you have the shortcut, I can just simply open it, and I can even open here the photo page in DaVinci Resolve on the iPad. Very important, if you don't have a keyboard and you still want to add shortcuts and use shortcuts, there is a video that I created here on my channel. It's called here full function, no keyboard needed. In that video, I show you how you can use your smartphone, Android or iPhone, it works with both, to unlock all of the pages without having a Bluetooth keyboard. The easiest way, of course, if you have a Bluetooth keyboard, because that's permanent, but you can use your smartphone to unlock these pages as well, and they stay open. You just have to do it once. So definitely check out this video if you don't have a keyboard. And it's the same like with iPad mini or so, where I don't have a keyboard. I do this exact same technique. I use my smartphone to unlock this. In the photo page, it works like this. The first one is basically like your gallery. This is where you see all of your folders and everything. Master, I have here a photos folder. I imported my photos here from my photos. You can import them. And then also what you can do is here the third icon is a create album. So for example, if I want to take all of these photos here and I drag and drop them down here to this album, now all of the photos are in here. If I've done this and I have the album, I don't need my media page here anymore. I can close that. So I see more here with my images. And then here on the right side, like the inspector, I can click on this. And now I see a lot of more tools where I can use and manipulate all of the photos here. With the arrow keys, I can even go here through my photos. And for example, what you can do is you can say which photos I like and which not. For example, I can like this photo here. Let's say, for example, this one I don't like, then I can use this one with the X, and this one I also don't like. And let's say I also like this photo here. And then here on the side, you can change the appearance of it. So for example, I can come in here and say, only show me the good takes. These are these. If I click again and I see everything, or if I right click again, the untagged ones, those who don't have a tag at all, or I can show the rejected ones. Then you can give your photos stars. Do you see that here on the top? So for example, I can give this photo a 5-star, this photo a 3-star, and this photo maybe a 2-star. So how the star works is after you give your photos some different stars. So for example, let's have another one and another one and another one, because these are just boring images. And this one is another 3-star. So we have now different stars that we gave, and let's give this one also another 4-star. How this works is if you activate this one, depends on your setting, it will show you the picture. So before we activate, let's right click on this one. And here you can say equals to, and then I can say, for example, how many stars. If I want to see all the 5 stars ones, and now I click on this one, I see all the images that I gave 5 stars. If I want to change that to the 3 stars, then I see the 3 stars. So this is basically filters that you can use. We cannot just only do like and dislike and the stars, we can also do the following. I can, let's say, for example, I select the first 4. And then, for example, I can come here to this one and can say, okay, I want to mark this here as the green ones. And same here with the filters. I can now click here in and I say, I only want to see the green ones. So these are all different types of filters that you can use. You can filter for flag. You can also filter for the color. You can give a color to each one. And you can also filter by keywords. So here's a keyword selector, for example, if you give them keywords. If we turn this one off here again and I select these 4. This here, for example, is the color. So I can, for example, these have the color purple. Now these have the color purple. So, and then, for example, I can select these ones here, let's say these 4, and I can here in the inspector, if I come down to this one where it's all the attributes, I can come in here to the keywords and, for example, write this as screenshots. And now all of them have the keyword screenshot because I selected all of them at the same time. And now if I come here to the screenshots selector, I can say here, okay, show me only the keywords with the keywords screenshot, and deselecting that again. And then the last one is just basically a filter. You can filter by camera, capture date. Like it was in the media pool before, you can filter also here your album images and everything. And then if we come back here, so the main way you edit your photos is here with the second icon. If you open the inspector here, you will have a lot of sliders that you can change. And it's good to know that most of these sliders, so for example, if we come into this image and I change the temperature here and I make it very, very cool. If I now open the color page, because yes, you can work in those photo albums and come to the other pages as well. And in the color page, for example, even see here, the temperature got changed. It's the same value that we see here. And not only that, I can actually color grade in the color page now. I can add a new node and, for example, say like, okay, in this node, I want to increase the contrast, and I can label this one here. And now I'm curious, if I select this node and I come back here to the photos and I see my temperature, the temperature is still the same. So I think it's always here selecting the first node and not my last node. So if I come in here and I change the contrast again, then this contrast should be from the first node. So if I come in here, yes, the contrast was changed. The second one was our other change. So I can come in here. If you want to reset something, same like you can reset something here, like with the double click, I reset this contrast for the first node. If we come back here to the photo page and I want to reset any of my values here, let's say, for example, the temperature, I can just simply double click on this one, then it's reset. Or you see here the values here on the bottom, these ones here. So if I change it, and I set this one, then I reset that, or I can reset all of the adjustment settings. Here in the color page, we don't really need that. We have source transform, source cropping, source looks. For example, here you have a couple of different looks. If I want to do black and white very fast, I can do this here. Then I have a source look that is now black and white, and my image is black and white. If I don't want that, I can go back here to default. Then we have the adjustments, that those were where we just worked in. And then here in the top, you have the scopes. These are the exact same scopes that you know from the color page. These are here. And if I click on this one, I have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different scopes. And if I come here, photo page, and I click on this one, you see we have the parade. We also have the waveform. We have the vector scope. We have the histogram, and we also have the CEI chromaticity. And you can work with all of these and show your images. I personally like the waveform or the parade. And the cool thing now here about the photo page is also that you can add effects. We have here an effects panel. And if we open the effects panel, you will find all of the effects that you're familiar with DaVinci Resolve. So for example, if I come in here and I look for the film look creator, I can simply drag and drop this one either here or here to my image, right? So to this one. And now if I look here into the effects tab, now I have the film look creator with all of the settings, and I can change the image here inside with all of the effects that I can find in DaVinci Resolve. And like I said before, you don't even have to edit your photos here. You could also, when you select a photo here, come to the color page and work with the nodes that you were familiar with and make all of your changes here. So if we in that node, for example, change something here to blue, and then that node, we just increase the contrast, and then we can label these contrast, and here I say blue. Now I have the same sorting like in videos, but just for my images. I can come back here to my photos and I see all of this is applied here. If I want to export my photos, I can now simply select the photos I want to export. So for, let's say, all of these 4, and I can come up here to this icon. And now I have a quick export just for the photos. We can export as a JPEG file, PNG, also the HEIC format and the TIFF format. So in that case, let's do JPEG format. We can change here the quality and the settings. We can have a name for the album, and then we say here export, and now it will open my files browser and I can, for example, come in here to my downloads, just open that one here. And if I open now files and I come to my downloads, you see I have all of these images here from my album 1 inside. You will see that we have a timeline, but it doesn't really work like a timeline. So I can't do any editings. You see that the playhead here is gray. It's because we are now working in the photos. If I want to switch back to my timeline, I can go back here to my master and I double click here on my timeline, or I can do this here on the top as well. I see now here timeline and my photo album. So if I want to go back to my photo album, I can either click on this one here, then I'm in my photo album, or if I'm just working in my timeline and I come back here to the photo page and here under my photos, I see here the photo album that we created. If I double click this one, I'm also in the photo album. So there will be a deep dive into the photo page here from DaVinci Resolve on the iPad. So stay tuned, hit like, subscribe and ding the bang bang gong so that you get the notification when this video comes out. And I'm also already working on the full update video. So every year there is a big major update. Normally I cover all of these smaller updates. They are shorter, like 5 to 10 minutes, but the bigger ones are usually an hour to 2 hours, depending on how many features. I'm working on that. When this is released, I will also publish this video with all the features and see which of these features actually work on DaVinci Resolve on the iPad, which one maybe you have to find workarounds. And I'm very excited that we have another big update, and we'll see us in the next video. I'm Daniel. I hope this was helpful for you. This is how you can open the photo page. Stay tuned for the next couple of days when I drop the other couple of videos, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend or rest of the week. See you in the next video. Bye.